Joe and Tom are here. We come movie reviews in your ear, but we have to make something clear. These are just opinions, so don't take it personally. Just because we don't like it, you can still be happy. Enjoy what you like, you're an adult. Yeah. BWN Productions, mask plus props and costume work. If you want a monster name, contact BWN Productions. Fast custom shirts, hundreds of t-shirts, all at reasonable prices. If you need custom work, contact Fast Custom Shirts. Grab a cold one and get ready for the show. It's intended for mature audiences because we kid and joke. Boy God is here and so is Tom and Joe.
Hello, everybody, or cowpokes as Joe calls them, and welcome to what is sure to be another excellent episode of this. What is this, Joe?
This is BOYGOB, the show,
Never heard of it.
an episode of the show in which we talk about how our weeks have gone, the things we've seen, the things we've done, and the comics we have read. In Tom's case, comic, but I read 3. Anyway, hey, how's it going, everybody? God damn, this has been a week, hasn't it, Tom?
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a broken record, so I won't say much, but man, if I could just stop worrying about everything and just learn to enjoy something, that would be nice, but
Well, I saw you did some barbecuing this weekend.
yeah, I mean, that's good for what, the couple hours following, and then it's just back to I know, fucking brain's all fucked up. I'm just a very dumb person with a shit brain, Joe.
Yeah. Well, Tom, I had a weekend. So Friday night, I went and camped out. Went to camp as you usually do, and I sat in line for record store day. Yeah, and well, the thing is, I was in the front of the line because my buddy Roop, who, let me on the chat, he's probably on there. Nobody's on the chat, but he stayed out there the night before. Yeah, so he camped out for 2 fucking days, and that's insane. But there's some shit he really wanted. It's like, okay, I'll go with you, and I told him, I thought we were going to stop doing this last year, is what you said. He said, nope, there's a lot of stuff I want. And looking at that list, Tom, there was a lot of shit that I wanted to. And I thought, well, man, I should make a video about all the shit I bought, because I did that one year, and it was all right. A few people watched it. And then I thought, man, the consumerism, man, I spent a lot of money, and this is not the time to be encouraging that or like telling people, look at all the money I spent, motherfuckers. Yeah, I spent a lot of money. And then I Ubered over there, and that cost some money because it's pretty far away from the house. But I'd been doing some drinking, you see. And I thought, well, when I get there, I'm not going to drink so much. But I took a 6-pack just in case. Roop had a 6-pack. And hey, 12 beers between the two of us. It's not a whole lot. But then some other guy just brought us some beers, some IPAs or something. It's like, well, I couldn't say no to that. So I started drinking that. And, it's just like one thing led to another. We finished all our beers and such. It's a good time. There was some people behind us, Roop, that's like, hey, what are you gonna get? I was like, well, I don't know. You know, I've got like a list of shit. Are you gonna get the Wicked soundtrack? I was like, do we look like guys that would pick up the Wicked soundtrack? It's like, okay, because they only got 2 of them per store and we want them. All right.
Were they like lady kids or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so they weren't the demographic for record store. They were the demographic to get
Yeah,
those
I
specific people inside a record store.
think what Roop told me is that they worked in the store. One of them did. You know, but this store don't play. You know, it's like you work here, but tough shit. You got to get in line. You know, it's like if they find out that we're doing this kind of shit for our employees, our reputation is shot. So good on these guys on the store for not like giving favorites or whatever. You know, it's just, you know, they were real cool. And I guess the main manager, I don't know if it's the owner because this is a chain now. He came out and asked me, hey man, you mind if like next year I bring a pit, you know, and just like barbecue a little, sell some dogs to the people out here? He goes, man, that'd be pretty cool. Okay. All right. Maybe I can make enough money to spare some of my expenses, you know, but well, Tom, we stayed up no, we didn't stay up all night. Eventually, you know, I fell asleep. Root fell asleep. Holland
Rats
went out there with us this year. It was his first time going. You know, there was a few records he wanted. There was another guy we know whose name I always forget. Then there's people behind us, you know. Got in line, going through this line, getting our records. And I saw that Wicked, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to buy this thing. And I did, Tom. I bought it. And it was expensive. It was $70. But by the time we got out of there and I got home and I checked the pricing on it, people are already selling it for $500. So I'm going to sell it. I think I'm going to put it on the site so people can know it's a legit sale, and I'm going to just fucking people over and at least get half my money back that I spent. You know, price this thing at $300. You know, still gouging the fuck out of everything. You know, it's terrible, but it's not $500. You know, there was a record 4 years ago. There was a Taylor Swift record that came out, and that one, again, limited release, you know, and that shit sells for $2,000 now. You know, passed up on it then because, hey, I'm too cool to buy something to make money off of or whatever. I'm not that cool now, you know. I'll make money off of something.
Did those ladies at least get one of the record they could listen to?
I would think they got one, yes.
Would you think they were going to sell it, or did they really want it? Because now I feel bad for these people.
Well, the thing is, like this, the soundtrack has been out for a long time. So this was just a limited release version of that soundtrack. They only made 2,000 of them.
It's like a different slip or a
different
wax or whatever.
Cover, colored wax. I don't know. I haven't opened it.
Just open it here so we can all see it.
But no, I mean, I don't think this record was all about the music. You know, it was all about the collectability and the resale value. And once I got over my hang-ups of that shit, I said, yeah, why not pick up one? Fuck it. You know?
I guess.
If there's somebody out there that wants to buy it, hey, they can buy it, right? They can buy it for me for less than what everybody else is selling it for, or they can buy it from somebody else for a shitload more money, you know? Hey, you know what else I got? I've got X-Force #1 still in the bag, Tom, with the Deadpool card. I think I have like 8 of those.
You should have got rid of that shit when the fucking when that Deadpool and Wolverine movie came out. That would have been the time.
Probably, but no, this is like I bought collections in the past years, and they're in there because, you know, it's garbage, you know, garbage story, garbage art. You know, but hey, people
#1 that's sealed with a card.
Right. And I've got a bunch of Spawn #1s too. If you guys want true art and true storytelling. Fuck.
Got the color and the black and white.
Yeah. Yeah. The shit that people collect and are willing to spend money on is silly. But, you know, whatever.
Everyone's different. They like their different shit, man.
Hey,
If I could
like what you like. You know, I'm not mad at you.
yeah, if I could find something that would make me happy, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go, that would be great. So I can't begrudge anybody for finding happiness.
Yeah. If John Romita Sr. was still alive and I could, you know, commission a Aunt May for you, Tom, I would do that and give that to you just to buy you a couple of more months.
I mean, I got a fucking Lee Weeks with McLeod Inks, fucking J. Jonah Jerklin and Jack-o'-lantern. I see that every day. I'm like, who cares? I mean, really. Who gives a fuck?
You're a miserable person.
I know, it sucks, dude. I've been thinking about that shit all week. Like, I feel so bad that these fucking ladies didn't get this fucking record. But I'm also like, man, I made fun of fucking Kathleen Turner's nose. That's not cool. It was just supposed to be a joke. She's a lady. You don't do, maybe she is black and has vitiligo. I
Yeah.
don't know. So sorry, lady. You shouldn't talk like that about women. And I'm sorry. Sometimes I get carried away trying to be funny, but no buts. I'm sorry.
My friend Brian listened to the show and he commented on that and said it's the funniest shit he'd heard in a while. He thought it was the fucking greatest thing. Yeah, he loved it, you know.
I would just sincerely, because you're not supposed to say that kind of things about ladies and shit. Like making fun of that fucking kid. What the fuck? I'm so dumb.
Well, that's why I don't go back and listen to the show, Tom. I don't want to hear the things I've said.
No, I didn't. I just remembered it. It was like, oh man, that wasn't nice to fucking say. And then that just sticks with me all week. It makes me feel like a piece of shit.
Well,
And
that's,
then
you know, before and during the show, because I don't want to remember the things I'm saying as I'm saying them.
I mean, there has been a couple things that I've cut from something either you or I said, and I'm like, probably don't need that word slipping out there. But I mean, for the most part, I would like to think that people know this is all just funny jokes. And when it comes down to it, we're just trying to put our recommendations in a funny way.
This is a comedy show. And Tom himself has been on stage doing comedy before, you know.
You were too at Camp Zool too. You remember that?
That wasn't a comedy show. We were doing this show.
Yeah, which is a comedy show, you fuck.
Stand up. You had like note cards and everything.
I didn't have note. That'd be fucked up if you went on stage with note cards and you were a stand up. I'm just gonna say that. Like the whole thing is, oh, I'm gonna practice saying the same words, maybe it's slightly different until I remember it and get it right. And then I'll go out and say it once and record it. Man, once I found that out, that like killed so much stand up for me. It's like, well, yeah, if I had fucking 2 years to remember the same shit, it would have to be great.
Yeah. They do that bit for a while, you know. It's the same bit. It's like learning shit that you did like if you were in drama in school. You know, you learn a script. The difference is hopefully you wrote that script and not somebody else wrote it for you.
That dude, when I heard, what do you mean? Don Rickles just says the same fucking shit, and he's not just picking out particular people. What do you mean? Oh, fuck. All right, then. So the podcasts are good, but I don't know how many stand-up shows I could go to these days.
I mean, I don't know. Even a lot of podcasts. I mean, not ours. Ours is always on the fly. You know, but a lot of them, they do script this shit ahead of time.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
They're very
we
professional.
know what the fuck we're going to talk about. We got a list of movies and shit.
But I don't have a list of notes. Say, hey, here's what I'm going to say about this movie, or here's a joke I thought about when I was, you know, it would be a much better podcast. It would be more, you know, polished, and more people would watch it if that was the case. But no, this is just two fucking head, you know, dumbasses talking, you know, about movies and shit. And yeah, if you agree with what I say, that's cool, man. You're smart. And if you don't, fuck it, you know, and fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not, even though there is prep. I'm still probably going to not let you fuck me, Joe.
Oh, I'm going to prep for this fucking podcast.
Prep's really just a road cone they send you and tell you to sit on it to get it ready, you see. So it doesn't hurt. Funniest fucking thing, dude.
So
When,
got records, got their record, one of their records, and then went home.
so what else did you end up getting?
Oh, do you want me to show you everything I got?
I mean, or you could say it.
I don't,
If you really want to show it, show it. I don't give a fuck.
you know?
Yeah, I mean, go grab it, and then we can clip this as Record Store Day, and you can write off all these records.
Oh, shit. That's a fucking great idea.
You're going to have to fucking review them, though.
Oh, I will.
Oh, I will. Don't you fucking threaten me, Thomas.
Piece of shit.
I would say hurry up, but there's no one in the chat. They don't give a fuck. Holy shit, that's a lot. And you said these were like $70 a piece?
No, not all of them, but they still got the price tags on them. I spent a lot of money, as I said.
Well, how much is a lot? You don't have to say the exact number.
Like somewhere around 600.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, but I bought maybe 100 of that was books that they had, and those were specifically for resale. So they do sell books. Unfortunately, I guess they found somebody that knows kind of what their books are worth, so I didn't get as good a purchase or resale purchase for them as I did in the past years. But Tom, I grabbed one of your favorites, you know, Ray Stevens, because you love comedy albums. You remember old Ray Stevens, right?
No.
He sang the hit song that you love, Guitars in. He's a jungle man. No?
Fuck no. I thought you were going to say he's that fucking, you can call me Ray or you can call me Jay.
That was a beer commercial. Let's see. They said they call him the Streak. Look at it. Look at it. No?
Fuck no.
No? All right. Well, fuck. Yeah, fuck.
Just snap it.
Sorry, Ray Stevens. Then I got another Clarence Gatemouth Brown album that I haven't heard.
What the fuck kind of shit do you listen
You like blues, right, Tom? I like.
I live it, Joe.
Yeah, this guy. Where's he from? I don't know. Somewhere.
Were these both released for Record Store Day?
No, the ones I'm showing you now, that's just some shit they had there that I picked up, and we'll get to the Record Store Day stuff. But I also got AC Reed's I'm in the Wrong Business. Yeah, we can all relate to that, and that's why I picked that up, you know. AC Reed. This one has special guests there, you know, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Bonnie Raitt. Great. Okay, and then Tom, I got the soundtrack to the hit new movie Nosferatu. You know, look, there's old Nosferatu there. Ooh, looking all scary, holding a bitch.
That's the new one?
No, it's not the new
I
one.
was gonna say, I thought the new guy had a mustache or something, everyone's saying.
No, this is the Werner Herzog movie with Klaus.
Too white for me, son.
Yeah. So then not everything I bought was for me, Tom. My daughter asked me to pick up the Chevelle album for her, so that's for her. She also asked me to pick up what is this? The Gorillas. Something at the Apollo Theater. You know, the Gorillas, Tom.
I do. They had a couple good songs.
Yeah, you had them. You would blast them in your car in between Tenacious D songs.
I listened to Tenacious D like maybe a week or two after I watched the movie for the first time because it had that Dio track and then a couple other ones like, haha, remember from the movie? And then after that, never again. Like, I'm glad everybody's catching on to, yeah, I don't know about this Jack Black guy.
Yeah, I don't know. But so after that, Tom, you know, this is all the Record Store Day exclusives. You can tell because it says exclusive right there. You know, I don't know if it's showing backwards on the screen, you know, when people watch it. But yeah, this is Hank 3, The Rebel Within, you know, old Hank Williams the third, or the turd, as some might call him. Yeah, I like his shit. Then, Tom, the soundtrack to Cannibal Ferox.
That's funny. Is that Terror Vision or something?
Make them die slowly. Let's see. This is Grindhouse releasing. Whatever.
Who the fuck would wait in line for that?
Then, Tom, the Big Money album. Oh, Wicked. Yeah, as you can see, this was $61, not $70. And it's got all these songs here that I've never heard. Lisa likes this movie a whole lot. She went to the theater and saw it, and she bought the DVD. She didn't buy the Blu-ray, you know. Fuck that, you know. But yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah, I think it would look better streaming.
Probably.
We'll get to that though.
Then I probably can't show this cover, but it is the Dwarves album. And yeah, let me not show this cover. Yeah.
You got cum on it?
I got an old Willie Dixon album. You're familiar with Willie Dixon, are you not?
Nope.
The hell's it? Okay, so I got Ice-T after that. This is like his first album, which I don't know if this was on vinyl. It probably was at one time, because I always tell people it was heavy metal and hip hop that kept vinyl going. You know, everybody else had gave up on vinyl, but those two genres kept it going. I got old Skip James, another old blues guy. Tom, you know, you're a big fan of the blues.
I'm not. I'm trying to get out of this shit.
Yeah. Well, my brother doesn't watch this show, so I'm not gonna, not show it. I thought, but he's a big fan of the Never-Ending Story, Tom. So I got this soundtrack for him for Christmas. I just got to remember that I bought it, around Christmas time.
Set an alarm on your phone.
Right, I should.
Like December 1st or maybe the day before Thanksgiving. So you don't say, oh, this is on sale and buy it and then say, oh, fuck.
Fuck, yeah. Then, Tom, I got the soundtrack to The Serpent of the Rainbow. Everybody that watches this knows old Wes Craven, right? Oh, look at that makeups. That's pretty good, right? This song's about voodoo, or this movie's about voodoo. I don't remember the music all that well, but whatever. And then I got Saxon, Wheels of Steel. I got to see them play last year. Fuck yeah, these old guys can still rock. And Tom,
that's John's band?
That's what I stood in line for. Record Day 2025. Bought this all just so I can talk about it here. And, and just promote these record companies and, thank Josie Records for letting us sit out there all night and all that. And record store day.
What was the one you specifically went for?
Probably that Hank 3 and the Saxon. There was a Kanye collab that, no, I did not go for that. Specifically what I went for
Was the camaraderie.
was my buddy Roop.
You
Yeah.
fucking
All the
asshole.
shit that he does for me all the time. It's like, yeah, I'll go fucking sit out there all night with him. Thank you, Roop. You're a good buddy, man.
You are almost as miserable as me, but you are a good dude and you do a lot for your friends. So, no matter how we come across on here, Joe is actually a good guy and I am pretty fucking dumb.
Corey Hatfield's in the chat now, and I know he did some record store day stuff too. I think he got the Tori Amos, and there was an Olivia Rodrigo album out there that people were also in line for, and there was a Taylor Swift one too, but I think they had a shitload of those. There was no chance of that one selling out again this year.
Yeah,
But maybe I picked that one up too for the stepdaughter. Fuck it is, because it was a little one.
Yeah, if there were still DVD stores, maybe. Oh, we got this. I don't give a fuck about a slipcase. I was gonna say we got this limited slipcase of Bad Taste. I don't care about a slipcase.
No, but if they did that, like if they were smart, because this was a smart thing on the record industry, or the record stores
To keep them going and shit.
And if DVD stores or Blu-ray stores, hey, we're having a Blu-ray day, free comic book day, even though they're giving away stuff for free. That's a big money maker for the comic book stores, and those fuckers need it.
Because you just bought a bunch of shit that wasn't part of fucking record store day. You're just like, oh yeah, I'll get this, this, and this too.
Yeah. Go look at it and they're like, hey, we got 20% off of all our other stock. It's like, yeah, okay, fuck it. It's a smart marketing tool. They're gonna make money off of the other shit. It's a big investment for them too. We got to buy all this stuff and hope it sells. And if not, because you go to record stores and you'll see, hey, here's our leftover record store day stock from 2023. And I buy some of that shit sometimes, but a lot of it, like,
Yeah, it's all a gamble, I guess.
They usually have a special Dio release, and there was none of that this year.
Yeah, it's probably going to be few and far between. I don't know what else they got. You got better than me, but I mean, after they put the documentary out, that's usually like, all right, well, this is the big thing, and then we'll see what else.
Like in that documentary, Vinny is playing cassettes, and they're all like studio things, like practice shit, where they're just kind of fucking around or learning the songs. I don't know if Wendy would be willing to pay him for those, but she should. That shit should be out there for everybody to listen to.
So you would listen to that on a vinyl?
I would.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing. Like all the Beatles stuff, all their studio rehearsals and shit, that's all out there.
Is it?
And people eat that stuff up because there's a lot more Beatles fans than there are Dio fans for sure. But I'm big enough a fan that I would like to hear this is how they were thinking of recording this song, and then changed it. It's like no, let's do the chorus this way, or let's do the bridge like this. It's interesting to me to see the evolution of it, just like how you like to listen to the what is it, commentaries.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. But hey, that was Record Store Day 2025.
I'll say this. I don't usually watch the behind the scenes reels. like, unless it's the effects shit or them sculpting something.
Well, okay, so that's something specific to you that you like, but
Yeah.
that, right?
But, yeah, I wouldn't fucking watch fucking dickheads just standing around waiting to shoot a scene. So, yeah, I'm very, very who cares? So, I guess the Corey listening, he cares, but that's about it. I'm sorry, Joe, I'm trying not to be cranky, but I'm just fucking
Yeah, you're an old, so it's gonna get even worse.
yeah, I know, that's what I keep thinking, "Oh, it's the best it's gonna get," and
No, I
fuck.
told you that like on your birthday show, or your birthday hullabalooza celebration show. I said, "Hey, Tom, you think you felt shitty before? God damn! Wait till your teeth start breaking." So anyway, after that, Tom, after record store day, got home, got to sleep. Me and Lisa had a concert to go to the next day. The great Amos Lee. Went to go see him perform again. He's always fucking great. Goddamn. Uh, it's good that not everybody can sing as well as him, because then he wouldn't be anything special. But that motherfucker can sing. Goddamn, can he sing? And he can pick out a band. Like, everybody in his band can play, and he gives everybody their shot in the limelight. It's fucking great. It was a great time. Bought another record there, his latest record, because I hadn't bought enough fucking records to spend enough money. Ubered there, Ubered back. That's downtown Dallas on a Saturday night. That shit wasn't cheap. But hey, it's cheaper than a DUI. I fucking can tell you that for sure. Yeah, and then I don't know what I did after that. Oh, okay, Monday. Sunday didn't do shit, didn't drink. Monday, yesterday, had another appointment at the dentist. Let me go drop some more money. They were short staffed, but they didn't have many appointments. So the dentist actually worked on me this time to do my cleaning. And holy shit, that was a lot easier, faster, and better than with the fucking hygienist. 3 shots in the mouth, Tom, like 2 little ones. And she pulls out this big old fucking thing. Hey, we're going to go pretty far back with this one.
That's alright, I don't have a gag reflex, tee-hee.
So, yeah. But, I mean, not that it didn't hurt. Shit hurt. But it was quick, Yeah, did the fucking cleaning on this side of the mouth and, like, gave them a bunch of money. And now I got to wait for next month for my next appointment for the rest of the shit I need to get done, because I'm old and I didn't take care of my teeth much when I was younger because I didn't have money to do it.
Yeah, since Lori got the insurance through work a few years ago, like, I was going every 6 months, and I think it's sometime soon where I'll go back, and it's always just, "Oh, yeah, I guess scrape shit, whatever. Okay, it's terrific, thanks."
Yeah. Hey, I mean, having one of your teeth break, Tom, that's scary. It's fucking scary. And it's like, hey, what am I going to do without my teeth?
Get fake ones.
Eat porridge and shit? No, man. I want to keep my teeth as long as I can.
Well, I mean, everybody does, but with the technology these days, you'll be alright.
Yeah. Maybe I can, like, fucking, get one of those laser printers or whatever.
I mean, you could. You'd have to it would be a lot more work than you just sculpting them yourself, so I mean, you'd still have to sculpt them. You'd have to, like, fucking cast your fucking mouth and then scan that shit like a 3D rendering, and then bring that file into ZBrush or something, and then sculpt your new teeth on top of that, but I think it's really just better for the all-around fit and mechanics if you have the casts and you sculpt them traditionally. I would think that would be the best way to do it, and just have your molds, press the monomer and shit in there.
The monomer. Yeah. That's what they call, what is it?
It's a dental acrylic.
Trade language.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's just material.
Hey, Corey, in case you missed it, I did fucking do it. If you want it, $350.
Shipped. Yeah. I can knock out a couple small things quick. Ping, ping. I'm almost. Oh shit! Where did Joe go? I just looked down and he's gone. It's all right. I'm balls deep into season 2 of Drew Carey, and I've still been laughing and shit. So we're still doing good, or well. And then I've been shit. I don't know, maybe 8 episodes of Jackie Chan Adventures. You ever heard of this, Joe?
Is that the animated?
That is the animated series.
I believe there was even a video game, probably for one of the handheld like things. But yeah,
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's watchable, maybe just because I'm dumb and have the intelligence of a child.
does Jackie do the voice at least?
No, sounds like he does, though, if you catch my meaning. Tee show's pretty racist by today's standards, but it's not racist at all. It's just people today, you see.
I know. I know.
There's like a segment that he's in at the very end where it's just like he just gets asked, "Hey Jackie, what's your favorite color?" "Oh, I love blue, but you know red's good sometimes, and then white's good too, and then you got orange over." All right, well, thanks for not answering shit. It's just like shit like that at the end. Just he was, "Oh look, it's Jackie Chan." It's a very ugly show. Particularly, not to bring it back to last week, but the noses.
Asians?
Excuse me?
You're saying that they're ugly because they're Asians?
No, it's just a very ugly looking show. Like it's a very free art style, maybe you can call it. Like shit isn't in the lines. Like they didn't keep colors in the lines, and that's the style, and it's all just kind of, oh, we don't really give a fuck, do whatever, but they do give a fuck because that's the style they were going for. I don't know how to. It's it's very ugly, and their noses are wild. Like Jackie Chan has a big nose, but the character model just looks fucking weird. And then they had a black dude, and it was like, this is more racist than those fucking Looney Tune commercials that you can't fucking see, or the Looney Tunes shorts you can't fucking see anymore. This
So
shit was
round nose with like shade mark, like
no, dude. It was like a fucking. It's just like it's an ugly looking cartoon, but it was all right. I was watching. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this one, and oh yeah, fucking Uncle and his one more thing shit. Like, I don't know how much more of it I will watch, if any. But yeah, it was nice to go back and see it because I used to watch the shit out of that show when I was in high school. But yeah, it's all right, just really ugly, like really fucking ugly. That's not it, Joe.
hey, no, hold on.
All
'Cause
right.
I've never seen this show. So what's like the typical episode?
The story revolves around Jackie Chan as an archaeologist and his uncle has like a Chinese shop, you know?
Is his uncle
Uh is his uncle what?
fat?
No, he's a skinny, stereotypical talking Chinese man, Joe, with glasses and it looks like he has Sonic's hair. Um So there is an organization called some fucking bullshit. There's
Oh,
a group oh, there's a group of guys and there's this talking fucking dragon statue on the wall, but it's really a demon trapped in this fucking statue and it has 12 little slots. So once you get all 12 infinity gems that have a rooster or a rabbit, the Chinese fucking New Year shits on it, he'll be able to come back to life and be a real boy. But like the infinity gems, these give you like magical powers. Each one does something different. So, and they have, I think it's called the Shadow something because they're spooky fucking noob Cybot ninjas. And they go out and fucking attack Jackie, and he's working for Section 13, which is like fucking, oh, we're really deep FBI Men in Black shit. We're going after these fucking talismans. And his niece is sent over in the first episode, and she's like the series Scrappy Doo, if you will. I mean, it's all right. Jackie Chan's like doing Jackie Chan shit like kung fu and flipping, but who gives a fuck? Because it's a cartoon. You can do it more wilder than what you're showing.
He's not gonna break a leg or anything doing this shit, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like him doing Spider-Man shit without being Spider-Man.
We'll get to that.
We will. Fuck. At least that fucking month was worth it so they can fucking pump out a good story. You know, we gave them that last one. Oh, yeah, Daydreams. But yeah, we'll see if that panned out. That's not it, Joe. I watched a very special episode of the hit series Baywatch. You ever seen this show?
I've seen a couple episodes,
But
and
only like a couple minutes.
I've seen Baywatch Nights.
Was that the more erotic version?
That's the one that had like horror shit that would happen on occasion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there might be a werewolf on the beach.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. Maybe I'll look that up.
Right.
But this was a very special episode, Joe, because it starred the stars of WCW, World Championship Wrestling. So Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, they're working out at whatever fucking beach gym. And gosh darn it, Joe, Ric Flair bought the beach gym, turned it into fucking apartments or some shit, whatever he's gonna do. So he's out there with Kevin Sullivan and his stupid Taskmaster makeup, and fucking Vader comes out to squish a football or a basketball, and it's Hulk Hogan's trying to act. Randy Savage is trying to make sure the camera doesn't see his bald spot. And turns out, Joe, one of these lifeguards got skin cancer.
Fuck.
But they're not sure. You know, they're going to take a biopsy and get it done for testing. Then the tests come back. It was skin cancer. But hey, it's okay. As long as it didn't spread, it's treatable. And we'll be able to fucking work it out. So don't worry. Let's do this other. And it spread. And then they hug each other and the credits roll. And I was, what? What's going to happen? I'm not going to watch another episode of Baywatch because I don't think fucking the WCW fucks are going to be back. So I Wikipedia'd it. She survives skin cancer, Joe, but gets her head crushed by a boat. Fucking life, huh?
Hey, so let that be a lesson to all of you. You know, make sure your sunscreen has the proper PDF, whatever it is, blocks or whatever, sun blocks.
There was a very manic scene where she was running around. Are you wearing this? Are you wearing your lotion? Oh my God, you wearing your lotion? Are you wearing your lotion?
Well, that's something that, you know, lifeguards should do.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, speaking of overpaying for shit that you don't really care about, I watched the hit motion picture Her Vengeance.
Never heard of this one.
It's the same thing. It's not a great cover. This one, Joe, it's a rape revenge movie, so you know it's gonna be good.
There should at least be one good scene in it, is what I'm saying.
We'll see. So, this is made by the dude who made Ricky O and the Seventh Curse. Have you seen any of those, Joe?
I have.
Probably Ricky O, because that's probably the fucking category, most popular category 3 movie.
Yes, I've seen that one.
Not as good. So in this one, a lady's doing her job. She's I'm not sure what the fuck she does. She manages the fucking girls who work on the fucking Showgirls show. Like, I'm not sure where this was at. Maybe it's Hong Kong, maybe it's somewhere else. Who gives a fuck? There's a Vegas review show that they got going. So these drunk dickheads come in. They may or may not have killed their parents and cut the brother's legs off and made the sister blind. I don't know. Again, with these, something's lost in translation. So they're all rowdy. The girl says, "Hey, you get out of here. This is fucked. We can't have you here anymore." And they're like, "No, we're watch the girls. We're drunk." And then the fucking boss or something says, "Hey, get out of here. We're kicking you out." Then they look back at the girl like, "Yeah, we'll show you." So, she just did her job. And as she's walking home through the cemetery, these 5 guys rape her.
Mm.
And,
Hamburger too?
wait, what?
Nothing.
Hamburger too?
Nothing.
I think it's more like Hamburger 3.
Mhm.
So, yeah, she's there and has gonorrhea now. There's this scene where she goes to the doctor doing the right thing, and the doctor's like, "Oh, you had a dirty sexual partner. This is the worst case of this shit I've ever seen. If you don't get this treated, you're gonna get all fucked up and you're gonna get tumors and die." And it's like, why is
So
this?
hold on, Tom. So was it the first guy that raped her that had the gonorrhea?
Well, Joe, I will tell you this. If it was the first guy, they all have
Yeah.
gonorrhea now.
And so like if you're like with a group of rapist friends and you know that one of your rapist friends has gonorrhea, you probably always want to make sure he goes last.
But I mean, they're, these kind of people. So I don't think they care much as long as they get some raping in.
Yeah, that's a damn shame.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's nothing awesome about raping, Joe.
No, they're definitely not thinking of others.
Yeah, no, I would say it's a very selfish act.
Yeah.
Yep. Even if you're sharing this poor woman with your buddies, it's
Do not yeah. Fast Custom Shirts does not condone that act. I don't know about DW Productions. I don't speak for them. But go ahead, continue with your review, Tom, of this very questionable film.
so you can get like 2 different Savage Street shirts at fastcustomshirts.com.
Continue with your review, Tom.
That's what I thought.
Hmm.
Sorry, inspired shirts. My bad. It's not like it just says Savage Streets on there. So, anyways, why the doctor is like yelling at this poor woman, like she's came to see you. She's trying to do the right thing. Why she didn't go to the police? So
What
she
Buddy, ever fucking go to the police, Tom?
I
Come on.
mean, I get you. Maybe they're different over there.
You said a lot of dumb shit. But
So she goes home and her blind sister's there. And she's like, "Oh, I can tell something's wrong because my other senses are heightened, you see." So after she's done sculpting the best portrait ever, um,
Is she Alicia Master?
that's what I'm saying. I'm glad you got the joke, Joe. So she's like, "Oh, I know something's not wrong." She's like, "Yep, raped by 5 dudes in a cemetery. Oh, fuck, we gotta go get revengeance. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine." Spoiler alert. Funniest death in the movie. Anytime you see the dummy go off the side of a building, I always laugh. So yeah, she heads to wherever her fucking brother is to get trained in revengeance. Fuck. Brother doesn't have any legs, and he's in a wheelchair. Still pretty good at wheelchair foo. What will happen? Will she get a revengeance? Find out in her vengeance. Spoiler alert, she does, but at what cost?
Mm.
I mean, it's all right. It's definitely not as wild as Rikki-O or the Seventh Curse. There's some, funny shit in it, but
So you ordered this one, right? So what was it that said, "Hey, I gotta order this. I gotta see this"?
because this was a double pack with Devil Phoenix, and it was like, oh, the guy who made Rikki-O, this has to be fucking wild. I got some fucking credit I can use. Sure. It's
Yep.
about what you'd expect from good old Vinegar Syndrome.
BS.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're both okay. Maybe it's just because I've seen a lot of wild shit. I don't know. They're okay. Both of them are okay. I went back to Letterbox. They were both rated 3 out of 5. So,
Yeah, that's an okay rating. Yeah.
yeah. For the price, no. I paid a little bit more because the only option they had was the slipcover. So, yeah, I'm gonna say wait for it to come down or come on streaming because there's nothing spectacular about either of them. If you haven't got the Seventh Curse, get that. I got the 88 Films version, I think, but if you don't have a region free player, the Seventh Curse is worth checking out for sure. That might be their one hit for the fucking year.
Just get Rikki-O and just get Ebola syndrome, and then everything else seems to be a crapshoot on Cat 3.
Yeah, but maybe Rikki-O doesn't hold up, Joe.
Maybe.
Find out next week when I crack open that Region B copy of Rikki-O that I said, yeah, I better buy this before the tariffs kick in or before Vinegar Syndrome releases it for $34 when I could just buy it for $18 now. And then, oh, we're putting a halt on the tariffs because I'm gay. Oh, okay. You're just fucking with everybody then. Nobody knows what the fuck to do. That's nice.
Chris, welcome. We will get to Manhunter, but thank you for joining us. Yeah, I guess I'll dig around for my DVD of Rikki-O, which is probably very, very poor quality, but hey, it was good enough for me to like back then.
Yeah, I think it's Tokyo Shock or Tokyo Pop. The other week I was like, yeah, let's pull Rikki-O from the shelf, and I was looking at it. Huh. I thought I had a real DVD the whole time. This is bootleg as fuck. Take the disc out, look at the back. Yep, it's purple. So I said, yeah, I might as well just get this while it's cheap.
Well, Tom, I watched a movie called Red Rooms. This is a movie I wanted to watch last year in 2024, but I didn't want to pay to watch it because I was afraid I'd be disappointed, And so it did not make my list. Now that I've seen it, would it have made my list? I don't remember even what my list was, but this movie is it starts out and there's this lady, which I'm assuming is a homeless person that's just crashed out on the side of the building. Turns out she's not homeless, Tom. She's just waiting for record store day to open so she can get her copy of Wicked. No, what she's waiting for is a trial. There's a serial killers that's going on trial, and he's accused of abducting young girls, killing them on camera, and selling the videos on the dark web. And why is this girl going to the trial? We don't fucking know. She's just very into it. She meets another girl there that's very convinced that guy's being set up. She's like kind of like obsessed with him. And throughout the movie, we just learn that this girl, we don't learn shit about her. We just learn it's fucking weird. She's a model. She's an alternative model, and she sustains herself through modeling and through gambling online. She plays a lot of online poker, and she's just following this trial, just like without, like, is she obsessed with this dude too? Is she part of it? Is she trying to make sure that she's not implicated, and that's why she's going to the trial? And it's one of these movies that doesn't give you a lot. You kind of got to decide what you think of it. And I thought it was a very, very good movie. It's very well done, but it's definitely not for everybody because of that ambiguity, because it's not going to tell you what to think. At the end, she does something and it's like, well, did she do that for her own benefit? Did she do that to sway the course of the trial? I like this movie so much, I'm not giving away spoilers, Tom. I think it's just something that people should watch, and I do recommend it. I do. The kind of movies I like. The kind of movies Tom likes. If you like the shit that I like, give this a watch. If you like the movies Tom likes, stay away. You're going to be pissed. You probably didn't like Manhunter, but we'll get to that. And we are getting to that. But Red Rooms, I recommended it, and I like it. The main lady, she fucking acting like crazy. But this is a movie that is subtitled. It's a Canadian movie. But did you know, Tom, that they speak French over there? It's crazy. They speak French Canadian. That's weird. Yeah, well, Red Rooms.
I didn't know you were such an Ed Piskor fan.
Fuck.
Learn something new every day. You wrote it, you see.
I support pedophiles.
Well, you wrote it and you love it, so.
Crop that out if you want to. I know that's your buddy.
Joe, I took a trip to somewhere on the East Coast. I can't remember. Probably somewhere in Massachusetts, maybe. New England area. Sounds about right. I went to America's horror theme park, Spooky World, in the form of a VHS from the early 90s. I'm not really sure what the fuck this is supposed to be besides, hey, come to our haunted hayride. So there's like a few spooktacular cartoon images of like their haunted house and trails and shit, like, ooh, bats and ghosts, spooktacular. I can't believe it. And then Kane Hodder's there to be a fucking cornball. Like, oh yeah, this is fucking whatever. So he narrates the thing, and it's just like, hey, look at our haunted attraction. We brought out the guy that fucking sings the Monster Mash to sing the Monster Mash.
What's his name? I forgot his name.
Bustin' Billy Baggins or some shit with a B. Boris.
Yeah. I was working at the lab.
This was his thing, doing this when he was singing. So, yeah, and then you see, footage from their little wagon trail. They have a Tromaville section, and the Toxic Avenger comes up and goes, "Whoa!" I mean, even though he's a hero. And then you got your typical fucking haunted house things, and then there's like, oh, and then Tom Savini has his own section, and it's nothing special. Like, I worked at Terror Mania, a haunted house that had his name on it. It was much better than whatever the fuck they were doing here. Um, I mean, all that being said, I'll probably watch this every year around Halloween because it is like a 90s spooktacular thing. Like, oh, look at all this footage we use again and again.
So did you meet these guys at Transworld?
No, they brought it up in that Leatherface documentary. Like Gunnar Hansen's name wasn't even on the credits. That executive producer produced by Tom Savini. Nothing like Gunnar Hansen. I mean, obviously Kane Hodder narrates it, but yeah, I mean it's a weird little VHS thing that you like if you like old-timey Halloween shit and old monster masks and shit. Like it's a cool 21 minute weird thing, but the Happy Haunting of America is a lot better because that wasn't just trying to sell this one haunted house.
The big commercial, right?
Yeah. It looked like they had a lot of people there, but that could have been like, hey, we're shooting tonight. So cameras will be here. Make sure you all come. It's free. Yeah, it was all right. I mean, I can't recommend it to anybody who doesn't like old Halloween shit because why would you waste your time? It's just a old weird VHS.
All
And
right.
Tom Savini's in it just to be like, huh, you stay here a while and you get weird. Oh, he has horns on his head. That's why he scratched it. Okay, that's terrific, Tom. So, I mean, it's just kind of like that shit, but it's just like, oh, nostalgic 90s Halloween shit. Look at that.
Well, Tom, I'm continuing to go through the piles and piles of DVDs that I've bought over the years and haven't watched. And I came to Crows Zero. Look at these guys here. Look at all these tough guys. And in Japan, Tom, these are what tough guys look like. This is a Takashi Miike movie, Tom, and this is based on a anime called Crows. You ever
It's
heard
based on a what?
anima called Crows? Have you ever heard of Crows?
Of course I haven't.
Well, me neither. Never heard of it, never seen it, nothing. But before I get to that, this is a slipcase before slipcases were cool. Yeah, check that out.
I think you just broke your TV.
Maybe. Okay, so Crow Zero, Tom. This is about a kid that transfers to a new school. He's transferring to a school for delinquents, and he is the son of a Yakuza
Bless you.
boss. And, his dad says, hey, I could never become the head badass of that school, but if you can do it, you can become part of the Yakuza and probably be the top of the Yakuza. So he goes over there with the intention of just kicking everybody's ass until he kicks the top guy's ass. And that's all the movie is. They don't go to classes or anything like that. It's just a fight scene after another. But this Yakuza guy, he's also learning about friendship and loyalty along the way, Tom.
What about love?
No. It's got very juvenile humor. It is, I guess, a manga that is made for kids, made for teens, and movie, I guess, is made for teens too, because it like humor. There's this one character that he's never, had a girlfriend, And every time a girl gets close to him, he's like, coming in his pants. He'll have, and there'll be like a throbbing, part of the track.
What'd that sound like?
To
Come,
is a
come.
the fight scenes. But this movie, it starts out like real fucking lame. It's just like, oh, okay, this is some goofy shit. But then as it goes on, I got used to the goofy shit, and man, this is pretty fun. I bet you, if I was a teenager watching this would have been fucking great. I would have just had a good time. I would have laughed a lot. I would have thought, oh, this dude's cool. Oh fuck, man, what's gonna happen when these guys fight? Who's gonna come out? Because even the guy that's on top, that he wants to defeat, you don't see this dude as a bad guy. He's just the dude that just happens to be on top, and he's got good fighting skills. And there's some other shit that plays into it, like there's an outside gang that they have to contend with. It's good. I really liked it. It's going to stay in the collection. There was also a sequel to it. Of course there is. It's an Asian movie, right? I'm not going to actively seek it out. If I find it cheap, yeah, I'll buy it and watch it. There's 2 sequels to it, Tom, but Takashi Miike only directed one of them. I don't know if that means anything, but this is definitely one of his movies, and that thing is I like a lot of his shit, but I'm always apprehensive about watching his stuff because you never know what you're going to get. It's weird. He doesn't have a set style, He has some shit that's, definitely signature him, but all his movies are pretty fucking different. And like, I guess I don't want to watch them because I'm afraid I'm going to be disappointed, but I wasn't this time. You did it again, Miike. You did. Thank you in Japanese. Arigato.
Yeah, I mean, he works in a lot of different genres. So, I mean, I'm sure you'd be able to tell by the cover. You'd have a good idea of what you're getting into, or
Well,
just
thing that cover, all these, that's not like a tough guy look to me, any of those fuckers, So I thought, man, this is gonna be like a music video or whatever. And there are some scenes with like a fucking band playing, and I guess it's punk rock there, and another like girl singing a song, and there's like 5 other girls dancing behind him in tandem, and that stuff's stupid and it sucks. But if they cut that shit out, they could have cut out probably 10 minutes of the movie, because it does run long. It runs close to 2 hours, but I liked it.
let me ask you this, Joe.
Yeah.
Did you ever have Hollywood dreams and nightmares?
Never.
The Robert Englund story?
Man, you're on a fucking documentary kick, aren't you?
Yeah, it's I watched a Romero one. Oh, look, a Gunner one. Hey, if you enjoyed that, you might like this. Yeah, I got nothing better to do while I'm painting and shit.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Mm.
Hmm.
So yeah, I will say this one is more well produced than the Gunnar Hansen one. But I think I like that more only because I'm not really a Robert Englund fan. He seems like a very nice guy. I'll say that. He seems like a very nice actor, man, who's able to do what he wanted and live his Hollywood dreams and nightmares. I mean, they talk to a lot of people. It's like they interviewed them on a set and not just, hey, you're at a convention, say something, dickhead. So, I mean, that was nice. If you're a Robert Englund fan, I mean, you'll probably think it was pretty good. but I'm not, and it was fine. It was like almost 2 hours long, which is fucking crazy. It was nice, like, he was there and alive to narrate his whole life story, so you got everything besides, I got cancer and died," which, who knows? Hopefully not, knock on wood, but that just seems the way everybody dies now, so
That's pretty shitty. But
well, I mean, that's the way life is, Joe. Nobody told me life was kind, like that song, you see. But yeah, it's whatever. It's a fucking document. It's a pretty all right made documentary about Robert Englund.
so, what are some of the highlights that spoke to you, Tom, as a fan?
He seemed like a nice guy and that he was appreciative, that people give a fuck about him. They talked a little bit about 2001 Maniacs, which might be my favorite movie he was in.
You do like the Herschel Gordon Lewis stuff.
No, this was what the fuck's his name? Tim Sullivan, I want to say.
Oh.
Yeah, you're very anti-gay, so I know, Joe. I know. You don't need to say anymore. You keep your canon to yourself, as they say.
Did they go
Um,
Nightmare on Elm Street TV show? Chris in the chat wants to know.
yeah, he said that was kind of his way into getting a Directors Guild card or some kind of union card so he would be able to make his movies. He did it so he could fucking advance. It's like, oh, if I do this, I'll be able to get this. Because I think he directed a couple of the episodes, so that gave him his Director Guild card, if I remember.
And then he
However,
directed that 9-7.
7-6 Evil, which that's all right. I mean, I might like that more than 2001 now that I think about it, but that was all right. I just don't give a shit about Freddy Krueger. There was a big section on Freddy versus Jason. Like, that's a documentary I would like to see, like a well-made documentary on how they fucked all that up. That would be nice because that was a big thing. They had that goofy ass weigh-in and shit. Like they were promoting that fucking movie, but it was some kind of weird pseudo kung fu movie that
So it always seemed to me like he was a dude that really wanted to do more than the horror genre, but got stuck because of Freddy Krueger, but realized, hey, fuck, this is what I'm lucky to fucking have this.
I mean, yeah, for sure it was that, but I mean, he also got other jobs. Like he said, "Oh, if it's not Nightmare on Elm Street shit I'm signing, it's this fucking Disney movie I was in." So I mean, he started out being like a fucking hayseed actor.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, I played a fucking Southern guy or whatever the fuck."
What about
They talk about V because I mean that was one of his big things, and V is all right.
breakout?
Maybe I'll rewatch it, but
But what about his time with the Fat Boys? Does he discuss that?
no, they don't. Yeah, it was. I mean, if you like Robert Englund, then I'm sure you'll like this documentary. It was fine.
But Corey asked, does he seem like the kind of guy that would, I don't know, something for $5? I guess for the convention thing. But I mean, according to what I know with him at conventions, is like he would only sign for a little while, and then he would burn off. And that's why certain conventions don't want to have him, because it's just like you pay a shitload of money to have him there, and then he's only going to do like maybe 100, 200 autographs, and then like, hey, that's it, I'm done for the day.
I mean, maybe, and I'm sure that would be said before they pay him and have him come and all that. So, I mean, if the convention oversells tickets, that's on the fucking convention.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't wait in line. Like, I don't know how any of that shit works, but like fucking last year we saw what's in fucking Shaggy from Scream, Matthew Lillard. He was fucking there meeting everybody in the line. Like we were breaking down, the show was shut down, but He was still running people through the line. He didn't say, I mean, he might have when we left. All right, that's it. I got to go eat Scooby snacks. Or
I've heard about that dude is he like fucking goes until the last person in line, you know? And that's fucking cool, you know? It's like the only other person I've heard that did that shit was Ronnie James Dio.
because of that song and all.
He's waiting for the person that was
What?
So
What'd
yeah,
you say?
yeah. I don't
Whatever.
like. I never. Yeah. You know, the Freddie thing, that was never my deal because you know Freddie was a pedophile. You know, and it's like, well, you know, I'm not going to celebrate that motherfucker, but you know, whatever. But I'll get to see, Tom, who signs and who doesn't this year because I will be situated next to you once again at Texas Frightmare Weekend.
Nice. I've been to a lot of conventions, Joe. What the fuck am I going to get excited for? Especially one that's in a fucking convention center.
It's going to be next to me, you fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that'll be nice to see you guys and all that, but is that dog all right?
The dog's dead. It's just me now.
I'm telling you, Joe, these dogs aren't fucking paper towels. You can't just discard them.
I have to plug in here.
Let's see what else I got while you're jerkling around over there, Joe.
Where the hell's the thing?
Ah, yes. I watched. Whoa, shit. Joe died.
Ah, keep talking, you fuck.
Nah, I'll wait. I'll drink some of this water.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. Taste of the Ozarks. Even though it says proudly Texan on it. Like, that makes any fucking sense at all.
Oh, there it is. I drank a little too much. Yeah.
You should probably eat some sand before you go to bed. It'll help with that. With all that drinking, if you eat a handful of sand or like a cup of sand.
Yeah, a sandwich.
No. Sand.
Hey, why don't you talk about whatever the fuck you were going to talk about?
The hit motion picture Spaghetti.
The one.
Well, Joe, in this one, a lady, she meets this guy. How does she meet this guy? She gets a flat tire. This guy comes up behind her and says, "Hey, do you need a hand?" She says, "Fuck no, you creep. Get the fuck out of here." All right, I'll take your help. All right. So she gets in her car. They go to a school that he's giving a motivational speech at, which is nothing more than, "Hey kids, you could do what you like. All right, goodbye now." And she ends up having sex with this guy she just met, Joe. And he leaves. She's like, "Hey, where'd that guy go?" "Oh, fiddlesticks." And her hairdresser best friend says, "Hey, I know this witch doctor. She can make a love potion and shit. And this guy will fucking love you." So they do, Joe. They go to this fucking witch doctor. It's something out of like the Devil's Advocate or Predator 2. They do their goofy witch doctor shit, fucking cut a goat's head off or something. And she has to do one more thing for this spell to work, Joe. She needs this guy to eat some of her blood. Luckily, she's on her period, you see. So she invites him over for spaghetti. And you see her teabagging the marinara with the tampon and spinning it. And I'm pretty sure you muted yourself. But
No.
okay. And he eats the spaghetti and you know, he falls in love with her, but it turns out, Joe, he's a hired Marine killer guy, a sleeper or some shit. Oh man, how's she gonna get out of this one? Find out in the hit motion picture Spaghetti. It was all right. There were some you know, there were some good ideas. The execution wasn't great. Like their spooky witch doctor shit. Like it looks like the skulls they got from Target's Halloween department. Everything just looked kind of cheap. Some of the shots looked good when they were just like, dancing voodoo shit. And Slasher Dave has some songs in there. So I mean, this is really a thing where like, yeah, the music really does help this fucking shit, feel a little better, especially when it's supposed to be creepy and it's not. But if you have like creepy music on it, it's like, oh yeah, that helps. There were some CG
You saw that, man. Music is an integral part of movie making. It can help or it can hurt for
for
sure.
sure. There's like some fun kills in it. Fun in the sense like somebody gets stabbed and then you get like fucking machine girl style blood just shooting out of the fucking leg or the neck or whatever. It's just and but there is some CGI. It's just right in the middle. It's like, yeah, there's some good stuff, but there's not. It's learn from this and make a better movie on the next one. And I think it'll be cool.
When did this come out?
Last year, I think. There's like their opening title sequence. It looks just like a fucking AI fucking loop shit where it's like, oh, naked lady and her hair turns into spaghetti and then it turns into another naked lady and all that shit. And I was tapping my head. I was like, man, this is kind of cool. And this music's all right. And then it says music by Slasher Dave. I was like, oh shit, right on. This is going to be all right. But that was kind of my favorite thing in the movie was that title sequence.
But that's cool too. That you've listened enough Slasher Dave to where you like, hey, I like this shit. Like, what is? Oh, well, no wonder.
Yeah.
So
It's like, oh, that figures.
yeah. Where are these people from?
The Hood.
No,
They were urban.
because I noticed that like different indie filmmakers from different places, there's kind of a different vibe on each one. You don't know, or like what part of the US are they from?
I want to say it is a very low budget, probably made outside of the Union's LA
Okay.
thing. Yeah, I think this I close to no budget. It's like, gosh darn it, they gave it their all, but if you just do a little more and just focus a little more, I think they got something there.
And how did you see this? Is it streaming or
Yeah, it's on Tubi.
okay?
There's a movie called Spaghetti? Of course I'm gonna watch it, Joe. Yeah, I think it came out last year, but it's all right. There's good and bad, but shows potential. Now, do you want to sit down and watch a movie that shows potential, or do you want to wait for the next one?
I'll probably wait for the next one.
Hopefully, it's called Linguini
Yeah,
or Ravioli.
Anakai.
Mm,
Yeah.
but yeah, her just fucking teabagging the saucepan with period blood and shit. It's ridiculous. Boil, boil, toil and trouble. Fucking with plugs, you nutty bitch. I think that's all you got, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, let me make sure we're good. Yeah, I talked about the very special episode of Baywatch. All right. Joe, let's see if we can get out of here in under 2 hours.
I doubt it. As Tom, as I said, this is the week we're starting our retrospective of the Hannibal Lecter movies, or in this case, the Hannibal Lecter movies. And we are starting with the very first one, Manhunter. Had you seen this before, Tom?
I have. I was looking forward to seeing it again because I remembered liking it.
All right. When did you first see this?
Years and years ago.
Yeah, same here. Like way, way back. I didn't see it in the theater. I
I
don't.
think it was a TV thing, wasn't it?
No. This had a theatrical release.
Did it?
Yeah, this was Michael Mann, and he was a big deal because of Miami Vice. You know, say, hey, well, let's let this guy do a fucking movie, even though he had done a movie before. The much anticipated Vinegar Syndrome release of The Keep. You know, he directed that piece of shit.
Keep that to yourself.
Okay, so The Keep, great book, horrible movie. Manhunter was based on Red Dragon by Thomas Harris. Great fucking book. And I read this book and didn't even know there was a movie because, you know, I lived in Corpus Christi. We didn't get a shitload of movies go through there. I don't know what kind of release this movie had, but it didn't go through our town, you know. And but luckily, Tom, you know, there was a thing called video stores back then, and you would, you know, go and rent tapes. Now check this out. You would go to this place and there was all these tapes, videotapes, and you would look at them and say, hey, you know, what's this? No. And then you would find something you'd like, and you would go and give the person, you know, $3. And you'd take it home for like 2 days, bring it back, then do it all over again, Tom.
Were you kind?
Yeah, if you rewind it, you know, because that's just very courteous. I think I was a freshman when I first saw this, and I had just read the book, and I was like, oh, fuck, this movie Manhunter. It is based on the fucking Red Dragon book that I just read. And it's directed by fucking Michael Mann. I love Miami Vice. That's so cool. It's such a hip show.
Yeah, I've never watched Miami Vice, if that's what the fuck you're waiting for.
Good, Tom. If you went back and watched that, watching it through this fucking time warp, that shit's fucking crazy and funny. It's like Baywatch Nights.
Yeah, I got fucking, that's what I was going to say. I got Baywatch Havana Nights or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Miami Vice was just very stylish. You know, it was a crime show, but these guys dressed fucking cool, and they would just show this. They would do crazy shots and everything, and then music was a big part of all of it. You know, hey, he's directing this fucking book, or that I loved. You know, I thought this book was just awesome, and so this movie is about a FBI profiler. He's retired.
I thought you were going to say he's retarded because he kind of is.
And they call him in to do one last job. You know, there's this serial killers out there that he's killing families on the full moon. And they, you know, the fucking FBI, they don't know what they're doing. They need to get this guy back in because they can't solve a crime without him, you know, and he's got to get back into the mindset of the criminals, because that's what he did. He would become them, Tom. He would think like they thought. He would do what they do. And so he has to go visit the last guy he captured. And that guy is Dr. Hannibal Lecter. For some reason, they spelled it Lector in the script instead of Lecter like in the book. But I don't know. He goes to see him, and I don't know. Then he just
I
kind of
mean, this guy seems like he's pretty shitty at his job if he has to get this other nut to fucking do this shit for him. I'm just going to make believe I'm a Jeffrey Dahmer and suck a penis. All right, then, you fucking weirdo. You go do whatever you have to do to not get the job done, I guess.
he yeah, and then after that he goes and does this shit and that shit, and tells people to do their jobs, and we see other people do their jobs, and well, eventually he figures the shit out, and then finds the killers. We see the killers. We see some shit from the killers' perspective for a little while, and he's got a relationship, and maybe he can stop being a killers, but no, he can't, Tom. And then we have a climax, and then blah blah blah. Yeah, when I first watched this movie, I was really fucking disappointed in it because I had just read the book. And I know, everybody, it's two different genres. You can't fucking judge one genre from I know that. But that book was so good. And to see this was they just skip over a lot of shit and moves really fast. And you wouldn't tell that because the movie moves really slow. As Tom said, the main actor, William Peterson, I think, he's fucking awful. Like this guy sucks.
Him and the other cop guy. Oh, come on now. We got to find a killer. We'll eat this Polish sausage, go watch the Blackhawks kick around the fucking shit on the ice, and, maybe we'll find this guy. Maybe we won't. I don't know.
If Dennis Farina is not just playing a typical Italian, he sucks. And he sucks in this. William Peterson, there's scenes where he's just talking to him. It's like, yeah, that's what you're doing. That's what I'm coming after you, sport. What the fuck? Who are you talking? And why would you be talking like that? The dude sucks. He sucks. Michael Mann, he sets up some really fucking awesome shots. This shit looks pretty.
What did you watch this on?
It's I watched it on Prime. I couldn't find my
so did I.
It looked cool.
I was taken back by how well the colors popped, and it was just like, wow, this looks really good. This looks better than fucking boutique Blu-rays.
Yeah.
I overpay for. What the fuck is going on? And then everything else is just so long and fucking drawn out. It's like, fuck off.
So yeah, that's the thing. Like he sets up these incredibly beautiful shots, but then stays on them for way too long. It's like, I get it, dude. This looks good, but fucking move on. Can we get back to the story? And that just really hinders.
And the story really ain't nothing. It's about a guy who can't do his fucking job, but he wants the paycheck, so he goes find somebody else that can do the fucking job. I mean, really, but it's just fucking like, that's why I thought the shit was made for TV, because I don't like episodic dramas, and this feels just like an elongated episode of a fucking like episodic drama, and it was just fuck me.
So I think the first time a lot of people saw this, because I remember this, I was working in a restaurant, and Silence of the Lambs, the movie, had just came out. So the network picked up this, and there's a Manhunter, the prequel to Silence of the Lambs, or some shit like that, and in the restaurant, after hours, we're cleaning up, and one guy, like, he's really intense watching it, and I'm like, hey, fuck, Manhunter's on. I was like, what are they showing this on? Oh, yeah, this is Hannibal Lecter before Santa says, yeah, motherfucker. It's like, but I think the TV version, it showed shit that wasn't in the theatrical cut. So they, had their own cut or whatever. And I think since then there's been like the director's cut and a couple of director's cuts or whatever, released. Um, I like it. I think it's a good movie. It is very slow paced. It's definitely not for everyone, but I think it is a fucking good movie. I understand all the gripes you would have for it. I have a lot of them too. Um, the soundtrack at times is fucking badass, and at times it's just like, what? Why are you putting this piece of music or this song in here right now? And the one I have the most trouble with is at the end. They do this stupid like kind of love song, and man, we just watched a fucking serial killers movie. It wasn't about this guy's relationship with his wife. It was fucking weird. That choice of music. It's an odd one. I like it. I could definitely understand people that would hate it, don't like it. There's people that say it's a masterpiece, Tom, and it is definitely not that.
Yeah, I mean, some of the shots look fucking surprisingly nice, but if the fucking thing I was like, "Oh yeah, that was cool to see all those old products in the grocery store," then what the fuck? Hey, look at that old cornflakes box. Wow, that
Hated by that time that they were in the in the grocery store. I was like, shit, they don't make half of these cereals anymore.
so I mean, that's probably not a good thing. You should be paying attention to the fucking father and son Oh shit, Folgers used to come like that, huh?
But this actor, he's just so terrible in this role. Let's look at the cereal boxes.
Yeah, and I didn't give a fuck about Ed Harris and Jason's fucking kid running around with pantyhose on his head.
I thought he was great. I thought Tom Noonan, I think he's fucking great. There's scenes where he looks real conflicted, and there's scenes where he's just determined about what he's doing, and then when he just starts blowing away cops one by one, that's fucking badass. That shit looks great to me.
Too little, too late. That's what I would say. I don't think all this fucking, oh yeah, ho hum, we're in another fucking white room with people talking again. The
Oh,
fucking payoff wasn't.
that though. I mean, if you had checked out of it already, but I think film should build to that fucking climax
But
there.
the climax sucked. There really wasn't much. Oh, a couple guys got shot. Sweet. Then he chokes him or something. Awesome. Sweet. That was worth all these people dying and getting told how horrible these crimes were. Oh, just choke him a little bit till he comes in his fucking robe or whatever the fuck he was wearing.
Yeah. So the reason we watch this, because it is part of the Hannibal Lecter. It's the first one, and this one is played by Brian Cox, and I think he's the best of all of them. Like, the thing is, in the book, in this first book, there's he's played just as little as he is in the movie. He's just like a different, sub character. And the thing is with him is they say, oh, like the thing is like there's a scene where they say we don't know what he is. We can't classify him as a psychopath. We can't do this because he just doesn't have any emotion about what he's doing. But this movie also shows him is that he's making mistakes. Okay, in the other movies, the other ones we're gonna watch later, he's superhuman. He fucking knows everything. He can fucking smell everything, do everything. There's nothing he doesn't know. And like, as much as I like that version, I like Silence of the Lambs too, but it's just a different character. He's not as scary because he's like a fucking comic book villain at that point. In this movie, he's still somebody that like, hey, he did some horrible shit, but like he wasn't infallible. We caught him. And he fucking even makes mistakes to where they follow up and eventually, get a hold of the killer because of his mistakes.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if he was making some Mr. Steaks, I could have got along with it, but
That's terrible. Yeah. Well, what to tell you, Tom? I dig it, but I get it. It's not great.
I was looking forward to rewatching this.
Yeah, and like I said, I can't find my. There's been many versions released of it. I'm not sure if Criterion put one out, but it definitely seems like something they would.
Think Shout Factory.
I'm sure they have.
I think they're the ones that put it out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the first of 3 adaptations of this story. They did, we'll get to Red Dragon, and we won't be covering because, Tom doesn't do TV shows. In Hannibal, in the 3rd season, they did this story too. And yeah, I don't remember. I remember liking that whole series, but also getting frustrated with the guy that played the detective.
Yeah, I dipped my toes in there. I was like, this is what Mason Verger looks like, huh? Why don't you all get fucked? I'm not watching this shit. That's a fucking terrific makeup. Now you reduced it to this? I was sure it had to be a little more tame for fucking TV and all. But
it was network television, but
yeah, but that's, come on. It's like fucking going from Leprechaun 1 to Leprechaun Returns. It's like, fuck no, son.
Leprechaun Returns wasn't that bad.
Makeup was not that good either, Joe. We'll see. We'll see the fucking pigs eat them.
All right. Anyway, next week we'll be discussing Silence of the Lambs,
which is a Criterion release.
I don't have the Criterion release.
Hey, maybe I'll hold it up next week and say, oh, Joe, look, I took it from you. Yep.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Joe.
You
like getting your nachos stolen?
No.
That's good. That's good. Unfortunately, we did read Spider-Man, so it kind of feels like it.
Well, I read a few Spider-Mans. I read this one with Spider-Man's and Wonder Man. You're a big Wonder Man fan, right?
I am.
Yeah. This sucked. This is just some, I don't know, dude trying to steal Spider-Man's secrets to the web formula. Sucked. But then went over to Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Mans. And who's in this whole hobgoblin?
That's a nice cover. Yeah, I like that cover.
This cover's good. You even got an old black cat back there.
African-American cat, you fucking racist.
Hobgoblin gets in some chemicals and shit. And, reading the fucking journals of the Green Goblin. Now he's got super strength, just like the Green Goblin had. Maybe. I don't remember that. But, yeah, now he's strong and shit and goes to fight Spider-Mans and the Green Goblins. It's a stalemate and he gets away.
Oh, he'll be back, though, Joe. I just know it.
Yeah. And then,
that's not such a great cover.
This is a fucking awful cover. Amazing Spider-Man's 247. Spider-Man's goes.
Let me tell everybody this out there.
Yeah, go for it.
Just because you're using yellow doesn't mean you have to use purple too. There's other colors that go with yellow. Doesn't always have to be purple. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Man, I just read this about an hour ago. I don't even fucking know what happened. Like,
So, you know, that just says it. Oh, yeah, that month they took off to do that daydream shit in the last issue. Yeah, it was all for naught because this is a piece of shit, too. So, in this one, old Spider Man fingers old Nose Norton and trying to get the scoop on Hobgoblin. And he gives it to him, but he was full of shit because he was just trying to get Spider-Man out of there because he has a magic flute or some fucking shit under his bed.
Right.
And then fucking Aunt May's not in the hospital in this fucking issue. She's with her fucking old ass boyfriend and shit. And we were supposed to find out that, or she was supposed to find out. No, I can't tell her. She's all sick and old, and I can't do that. What's Mary Jane's secret? Oh, fuck you. You'll find out later. All right, then. Here's the Wrecking Crew. Bye. Another excellent issue.
Okay, and this one we also learned, I forgot to say, that Liz Osborne is pregnant.
Oh, fuck.
And Flash Thompson is upset about something. What? I don't know. Shashan won't say. Guess we'll find out in a future issue.
Hope he doesn't get drafted.
Hmm.
Fuck. It wouldn't be good for his lower legs. Fuck. Well, Joe, I read 2 issues of Spider-Man Reign 2. Doesn't seem to be as good as the first one. There's a couple things like, oh, show, okay, but
I don't know what that is.
it's a sequel to Spider-Man Reign. So whenever I finish it, I'll talk about the whole book. But
Okay.
the first one was pretty good. Maybe it's not, and I'm looking back on nostalgia, but I've had this book for about a month now, and it's taken me this long to read 2 fucking issues. Joe, I just don't like to read. It's what it all comes down to.
It's hard on your brain. I get it.
That's right. Hey, dog, wake up! All right, then, everybody. Oh, he did. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed whatever the fuck this was. Joe, do you care to go through the comments, or are we just going to thank people? And
We're just going to thank Corey. We're going to thank Chris. We're going to thank... who else was on here? I think the Horde Cast was on here for like a comment or two and then said, fuck this. Yeah,
probably sitting on dildos or whatever the fuck they're doing over there
Yeah.
these days.
There was a Lori was on here.
The
And
best listener. The breast listener.
Steven's Horror Craptacular was here for a comment. And yeah, that's about it, I guess.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning into this fucking pig slop. If you want something there, I'll get that necromancer up sometime soon. Hopefully I'll paint it this weekend. But I don't know. I always say for years, I say, oh, I'm going to get a schedule and stick to a schedule and try and make it to where I'm just not waking up, going to work, going to... No. So
I have a schedule, but it's not one that I would recommend to anybody because it's not as productive as I'd like it to be. But I am getting more rest now because of that schedule.
it's probably a good thing because I'm always fucking tired and cranky. So
I'm yeah, I'm not giving a fuck as much anymore. But I don't know, things are good. I'm busy. You know, if you need custom work, hit me up. Hey, if you need to get something from Record Store Day next year, hit me up. I'll be in line maybe.
cooking hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Well,
I'll be picking up Frank's.
all right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a fucking great week, and maybe just maybe, we'll be back next Tuesday to fucking talk at you some more. But if not,
BOYGOB?
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to DWNProductions.net and FastCustomShirts.com. Until next time.